Welcome everyone. Today I have another video for you. This one is gonna be a bit exciting, a bit different than normal games. And today we're facing CrownKiller, another very good TTA player. So without further ado, let's jump into it and we'll see where this game goes. First of all, already a surprising play. You take a Colosseum to start. That's surprising. Most people, I think, would want to take Library first, but maybe he has some other plan in mind. Before I continue, let's also check at all the leaders and all the wonders in this game. For culture, we see Bach and Darwin. That's good to know. We also see Joan and Marlene and Hollywood, so that's a very good combo. We see Gandhi to help versus wars. We have Mandela, Fleming. Okay. We have internet. We have a couple of good H2 wonders. Sorry. Statue, Ocean Liner, Railroad, Harvard, all great one. Um, we have Max for Revolution, and we have two military leaders. It's pretty interesting. For Darwin, we have Gutenberg. That could be good. Colonization, we see Columbus and Isabella. And the infamous Ziska is here, and Nostradamus to help us defend versus this monster. We have Great Wall Imeji for aggressive play or defensive. And of course, St. Pete and Carolina. And let's go, let's continue. Let's see what we do. I think our turn was pretty easy. We go for the very good library and Hippocrates. All the age 1 leaders seem pretty good. I was happy with most of them, so I will be happy to switch Hippocrates when I can. And then our opponent. He surprised me again with Julius Caesar very early. I thought he would have waited for Amirabi or Alexander or something, but no, he goes for Caesar with Colosseum. So he's going to have 4 MA very fast. It got me scared already from the beginning. That means also he let us have Engineering Genius on 1. So it was really decided to make us suffer, I feel. We elect our leader, we build a mine, and then we pop and take Engineering Genius. Also, not very exciting for us, just general turn. Super good draw from the beginning. I don't care about pushing or anything, just getting tactic is good versus what this very mean player is trying to do, it seems. Then he push, we get development of market, and then he get planning. Let's look at what planning does here. Planning for either trade route, warfare, or civil life. Let's see what he do. He go for, I think he went for the resources one. Yes, for trade routes. And he finishes wonder first thing. He doesn't even do a lab. He go for the wonder straight away. So his intention were pretty clear this game. He also leave knights on 2 and iron on 2, so on 3, sorry, and iron on 2. So that was a good play. Us, it was also very simple. We had everything needed to finish the library. We took trade route ourselves. And then in the chat, we were a bit debating what we wanted to do. Some people said maybe don't draw a card, so you can either take swordsman or knight next turn. But me, I wanted to make sure that knights fall here, and I thought Britain Circuses was an important card. It gave us a little bit of strength, and it just helped us cover our happiness problem efficiently. Noted that there was no Pierre, but there was Mandela, so I was thinking maybe the smiley are going to be something important. And there was also Darwin, of course, which printing Britain Circuses is always good. Let's see what he do next. Next thing, he take knights for 2, so I was already a little scared. He develop it, build 1, and take swordsman. So now we know what's going on. Let's not fool anyone here. I was lucky though, because we can get Nostradamus to try to first replace our leader, and secondly, to try to defend versus this madness. On our turn, we do take Nostradamus. There was some idea to maybe take Gutenberg, but seeing this amount of pressure, we wanted to take him seriously. We took Nostradamus, elect him, we pop, and we build a lab. A lab in military game are very important. They will allow us to develop technology that maybe he can't. We have 3 science, he only has 1. So that could end up being useful in the future. And for cards, I decided I was never going to play Barbarian. And I decided I wanted to keep the card here to be flexible, so I discarded my 2 card. I only had to discard 1 card, so just the colonization card, and keep Barbarian just in case to have an event with Nostradamus. He draw Image Castle, so another aggressive thing. Then he pop again, and he show a tactic, fighting Ben. A bit curious in this situation, but I guess he just wanted to use his military action, though that could have helped us if we didn't have a tactic, but still it's not too bad. And then we push, because we're Nostradamus, we did push the wealthy territory, and with that we open settlement. We decide to take Code of Law. We have extra science, and we thought that the extra civil action would really help us be flexible and grab the card we need, like the yellows to try to defend and stuff. So we develop it. We take Alchemy and Breakthrough. And pop once more, and we're going to do a Warrior to get out of corruption, of course. There was debate. We were considering to take Carolina here, especially with Engineering Genius coming in the row. At the same time, we already had those 2, so we decided in the end of the day we would rather have just the Breakthrough and the Alchemy. But both play, I think, were really good. And we discard Barbarian, and we get Immigration. On his turn, he push. First time, it's military theory. The military tag thingy. We get 2 science and 1 rock. We only get 2 science, but that's not too bad. Here, he take Engineer's Genius for 3, and he develops Swordsman. So he build a Knight, and he switch. He built a Swordsman and switch tactics. So now he has 12 strength versus 5 with the bonus defense. I was trying to be a little scared here. It was a good thing I have Nostradamus at least to defend. One thing that was a bit annoying, but at the same time good, Ziska is not here yet, but he's still in the deck. So Ziska's coming, and with this tactic, it's gonna get ugly very, very fast. 13 strength now. That's very scary. On our turn, of course, we take Knight ASAP. We just want to defend. We develop the Knight, and we build 1. We show Phalanx. Now we were calculating, we could resist 1 aggression. We couldn't resist an aggression, but if we develop Bread, we'll be able to do it. So we do Bread and build 1, and now we have 11 strength versus 13, so we're fine. We don't draw anything, that's unfortunate. Then we see Ziska. First he go Plunder. I was thinking, is he bluffing or does he really have 2 cards? I took the risk and decided to block the first one. But at the end of the day, he had Enslave after. Very unfortunate, but I mean, he did build a lot in military, so he deserved to have a little bonus. Then he goes for 1 step of his Wonder and take a couple of yellow cards. With the Enslave, we add to destroy a warrior, which we will rebuild instantly because we don't want to die. That's not good for us. Then we decide to take Theocracy here, Urban Growth, and Warfare. We're just panicking and we're trying to get some defense card. We get another tactic. We drew all of these. And now we can still defend at least 1 aggression. And then, guys, you know what's going on. He finishes Wonder. So now 14 strength. He elects Ziska. Not yet, but he's about to. He build a Religion, and he build another Knight. So now we have 16 strength versus 11. And there's not much we can do now. So let's see what we do to respond to that amount of pressure. We decided that irrigation was a key card. We want food, and we want it fast so we can make more units. So we take irrigation, we develop it, upgrade it twice, and then we take breakthrough again. Every bit of science we can take off our opponent will be very valuable. That being said, breakthrough 2 is falling, but not much we can do about this. So now we can't defend unless we draw an H2 defense card. And this is where we get lucky. Look at this amazing draw. We draw a defense card and fortification. What can you ask more? Blessed Vlada. That was very appreciated. And we get the pleasure of defending. So I was super happy to get this draw, and I think now he lose a red dot, so that was just very good for us. He goes for Ziska. Then he pop. He build another religion. So now he has 7 culture production versus mere 1 production. It was not looking great. He took a breakthrough, of course, because it's an amazing card for this low science production. He draw 2 card. On our turn, we were really debating, and I think a lot of people in chat were disagreeing with this play, but I decided to go for theology, not even revolution, just do theology. The reason was this one. First, I wanted a red dot ASAP. A red dot was really important to defend. Secondly, I didn't want to skip on cannon. Cannon is the way I'm gonna get myself out of this, so that's very good. And the last thing is the culture bonus is actually not negligible. I'm gonna have a hard time building anything to get me some culture, so a government that give me 1 culture production is good. So that's the reasoning to go for theocracy here. Then we go for cannon, frug, and richland. All those cards will give me resources, rocks, and things I need to try to survive this monstrous attempt to kill me. We get a bunch of cards, so I was happy I was able to push for the next turns. You go for raid. At the end of the day, we have urban growth in our hands, so that's just going to cost 1 civil action and 1 rock. He takes strategy. It's a great card though, very costly for him. And now he's a bit stranded. What does he do from here? He take rifleman and show this tactic. I was not pleased to see this. Now he lowers his culture prediction a little bit, but he is now at 20 strength. And with R11, it's getting difficult to get stronger. But let's see what happens. He push, we open wealthy, and we win this for not much. We were ready to send the whole army for this. We actually bid 7 for this. But at the end of the day, we didn't need to. And I decided to send 2 warrior instead of the cavalrymen. The only reason is they give me more yellow cube, and they give the same amount of strength. From this, of course, we develop cannon. We pop frug. We pop again. Then we build 1 cannon, 2 cannons. Go up to 9, switch tactic. So now we're at 17, we can defend just barely. And we cut selective breeding. We also decided to take Darwin. We thought that once the aggression would lower a little bit, we could switch for this culture production. Let's look at the board now. We have 1 extra civil action. He has 1 extra red action. We have food. He doesn't. We have rocks as much as him, and we have more science. He does lead in culture, but don't forget that with Nostradamus, we actually get 3 extra culture every time we push, and we have card to push, so it's pretty close. We're keeping up. Then he push again. What happened? It's Dark Ages, which is disastrous for him. This is an old turn of production. I mean, it's not disastrous. I'm just exaggerating. But still, with this low of science production, you don't want to lose any science. Take 2 action for revolutionary idea, and this is where it starts to get mad. Now he destroy. a mine. Build another swordsman. So now, yeah, I think he just want to be as aggressive as possible. On our turn, we pushed. I think we pushed arm industry into the deck, and what is revealed is rebellion. No worry for everyone. We knew that was coming because of Nostradamus. That's why we didn't pop a last turn. Then we actually do a third irrigation here with the rich land we had. We really thought that having more food was the key to survive this, and with the extra civil action, we will take reserve and rocks. So rocks will be covered by yellow cards, and food will just be a flow of production. Then we pop, we build a bread and circus, we take breakthrough and a reserve. Important to know now we were at the mercy of an aggression here, especially if you destroy something. But there was not much we could have done that was efficient. So we really thought that was the play, and if we get any defense card, then we're going to be fine. And we do get one, and autonomous territory. Interesting. He push, and it's in embedded territory, and this one he win, but he has to send 2, and those are a lot of resources for him. That's 5, that's 2.5 turn of production now. Not sure if it was worth it, but he had rock in the bank, and he didn't have much to do with it, so it's debatable. First thing first, of course, revolution idea and the strategy to be even more dangerous. He destroy religion, and to be efficient with his action, and grab Napoleon to try to do something more aggressive in H3. I think it's finally time. We push autonomous, and we win this one for only 4. So we send it a knight and a defense card. I think the science was important for our opponent, so we were happy to take it. Also, the yellow cube couldn't hurt. I think Nostradamus did enough. I owe him a lot of a lot of my culture and all of my defense, so props to him. But now it's time to elect Charles Darwin, get a little bit of culture boost, and give an extra civil action to grab stuff in the row. First, we take wave. Like we said, our civil action will be very important to grab our rocks, and we have plenty of food to go with. We develop, we had an end space problem and we had a breakthrough, so I'm not sure how good is this card to be on this warfare, to be honest, but we needed space and we thought that scientific method could be useful. We weren't sure yet, but that's what we went for. Could also take engineering genius or Kanman, but we decided to go with scientific method. We have plenty of resources now. This is where it get a little tricky for him now. One thing also to note, the reason why we didn't further pop or build stuff was to grab 2 cards. We wanted wave and we wanted to grab 2 cards, so we did warfare and took scientific method. We did that so Ziska die, and if Ziska die, he lose 2 tactics. So I was pleased to see this, and yeah, that's what happened. We get our last yellow token from Hippocrates, and he goes for a war. 15 versus 14 for now, but don't worry for him. It's gonna get uglier for us. Easily enough, he just take 1 cannon, build 1, and the French mercenary, the French captain's coming, and we now have 31 versus 14 with the Magic Castle potential. We push and we open freedom. We knew that was in the deck and we were hoping to get it. We're going to move 1 irrigation to cannoneer. We will also play wave. Pop, pop, build cannon, build cannon. Could have go for another cannon and actually get stronger than him. But we decided, there's not much to steal, so we decided to take navigation and develop it. The reason is that we pushed autonomous and wealthy territory in the deck so far. We have another colony in hand, so it will be useful in the future. We also see Gandhi, that could be interesting for later turn. We draw a very good tactic with what we're doing, so we felt more and more confident, especially with the production. We still made food, we have more rocks, we have science, and we have more culture, so for the moment, we're doing fine. He grabbed one science from us, and then he pushed, and we all get a lot of rocks. Maybe pushing arm industry earlier was not the greatest thing, but with Nostradamus, I felt it was very important to push, so that's why this card isn't there. Destroy another mine, so now it's pedal to the metal, all in. We send everything we have to military. Build one cannon, take patriotism, take republic. And now 44 to 30, it's getting scary. Here we were debating, we pushed another colony, of course. We were debating to take Gandhi, and you might be surprised we're not taking Gandhi this turn. We thought we had more maybe military potential for future, so we didn't take Gandhi, and we win autonomous for only 2, so that's surprising. We said one cannon, and we actually took food, and the reason is we don't have enough yellow cube to take the rocks, so we're gonna get food, and we're gonna use our reserve to get more rocks. We pop, build one cannon, pop, build one cannon, take revolutionary idea, take reserve, take architecture. Now that I see this turn, I think maybe the better play would have been to take the reserve instead of revolutionary idea, but at the same time, I really wanted to deny it from him. But you'll see what's coming next. More pain is coming. He opened war over culture, he destroyed his last mine, play patriotism, finish his third army, and take reserve from us. Here, we push and we open wealthy, which we win for free. I mean, not for free, we have to build a cannon. Here, with our friend Darwin, we can take fundamentalism and get an extra boost in strength. We develop it, of course, with revolutionary idea. So actually, revolutionary idea was pretty good. Then we pop once, twice. Here I was tempted to try to make Nelson Mandela work. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough civil action, so we had to wait. We destroyed both lab and build 2 cannons and another one. We go up to 54, so in theory we win this war, but with Meiji Castle, you know what's going to happen. We draw a couple of good impact for us. Architecture will be useful, and science could always be useful. Then he win the war by sacrificing something, so 60 to 44, and he's now have more culture and production than us. He push, and he get prosperity. And he decided it's time to revolution. Maybe he didn't have anything good to do, and 3 civil action for 2 science was perfect for him. And I think this is where we have finally stabilized versus Napoleon. We push impact of architecture. We open impact of variety. And we both get 10 culture. Time for Nelson Mandela, and he's gonna shine this game, so we're gonna elect him, get 1 more civil action, 2 culture, build one bread and circuses, build a second one, and take endowment. Now we're up to 6 culture production. We help our impact of architecture a little bit, and we're not threatened anymore as much for war and stuff. We discard impact of wonders. That's never going to be good for us. And we draw impact of happiness. That was pretty good. He take prof sport. I think he didn't want us to develop that for ourselves. And of course, he take reserve. All the cards can be useful. And he cut satellite. Still 44 to 56. We were thinking maybe we can war him, but we didn't felt like we needed to. So instead, we just push impact of happiness, which is very, very good for us. We get international agreement. This card is kind of a mixed bag. I didn't really want to grab anything for and foregoing my next political phase, since every push is 3 culture and every impact could be way more than that. So we decided not to take it. We take military buildup. Don't want to get hit by something surprising. We pop. We build another bread and circus, so now we have 7 culture production. We take revolutionary idea, play our reserve, and if we look at the board now, we just gonna go over him in culture. We're tied on science, we have rocks, and he doesn't have food anymore. We draw impact of agriculture, could be useful. He pop, take Churchill, use his power to build 1 more unit, and take a bunch of cards. I was surprised to see him building units. Maybe he was scared of something happening, or maybe he pushed an impact that was good with building unit, but he did lose on 3 culture here, and every culture count at this point. But we'll see. Final turn, we push, and I think we push impact of agriculture. I think I didn't bid enough. We could have bid more for this, but at the end of the day, CrownKiller win this, which solve a couple of his things. But he has to send a lot of stuff for this. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, here's is weird. We go for communism, and the only reason is in last age we want to play impact of science, and this fundamentalism is giving us minus science. So now if we revolution next turn with the 1 science we have, we can get the bonus from impact of science. And now from this part we just build more religion to get more culture, and we know impact of harmony was not in there, so actually we didn't know that, I'm sorry, but we're not very scared of him pushing impact of harmony seeing this setup. And final turn of the game, he push a card, and it's impact of culture. So at the end of the day, those it seemed like those religion were important because we were tied on culture production. Remember that Nelson Mandela bonus doesn't count for impact of culture. So those at least 1 religion made us go over impact of culture. He was probably not happy to see this. I think it was still a good play from him to push impact of culture. He needed a miracle for this game, so taking that risk was somewhat of a good play. He built a farm, and yes, this is what he does. And this is our final turn. We push impact of science, of course. It's impact of architecture. We gain 4 culture, and our turn will be simple. We just do a revolution, and with the extra happy face, we don't lose any culture. And for the cards, impact of balance, an impressive 2 culture from us. Let's just say our civilization were not too impressive. Then impact of happiness, pretty good for us, a 10 bonus swing. And agriculture 8 to 7, so this extra farm was a good play from him, else he was not have the 4 culture from exceeding consumption. And final card is impact of science. We win by a fairly good margin, but I think this game was way closer than it looked. I think at any point during H2 we could have fallen into like terrifying war or major aggression. We're barely able to manage surviving with the defense card and the fortification. And well, that's the end for that video. I hope you guys enjoyed that crazy military game, and stay tuned for more TTA content in the future. Take care and have a wonderful day.